So I had to try the viral Little Caesars crazy pizza cups or whatever they're called, but they are delicious. Let's call them that. All right, so for today I have my regular cupcake pan and I am lightly greasing it with a garlic butter, a pre-made garlic butter. We will make garlic butter later on in this video, but for right now, for greasing the cups, I figured I'd just use a pre-made garlic butter. I got this particular garlic butter from Sam's, but you know, any pre-made garlic butter. I know Kerrygold makes a garlic butter that's pre-made as well, or you know, you could just make the garlic butter. Yeah, this is taking way longer than I thought it would, so I apologize for this delay in the video. All right, that's me just showing you the brand that I bought. All right, and then you just want to use any pre-made pizza dough. I usually have pizza dough from Publix, but this particular pizza dough came from Walmart. And you can make your own pizza dough. I've done that before as well, but I wanted this video to go a little quicker, so I used a pre-made pizza dough. And you're just going to tear off a piece and smooth it out, round it out, and then add each rounded piece into your cupcake tin. Some of these pieces will be the same size. Some are going to be larger than others or smaller than others. Don't really care. So I sped that up and finished doing all of that. And I'm just doing a light spray of a ghee oil on top because we're going to have to let these proof. So I'm covering them with some plastic wrap. Probably covered about 30 minutes to an hour with plastic wrap just to let them proof a little bit. All right, while that's proofing, let's go ahead and melt some butter, which I just did. And I'm going to add some of my Savory Note seasoning, which is just an all-purpose seasoning blend that I make. I also want to add some Parmesan cheese, and I believe that was a half a stick of butter, and then maybe about a tablespoon of all-purpose, and about a quarter cup of Parmesan cheese, and a tablespoon or so of parsley. I just use dry parsley, but you can also use fresh parsley. And then probably about a teaspoon of garlic paste. Optional to garlic paste, you can just use some minced garlic. Mix that up really well, and we're going to use this later on. All right, set that to the side. Now I'm going to work on some of the filling. So this is going to be some of the pepperoni that I'm putting in. Instead of large pieces of pepperoni, I wanted diced pepperoni. So this is me here dicing up some pepperoni for the insides of the pizza cups. So nice little bite-sized dices I have here. I also pulled out some other diced meats that I had because we made pizza yesterday. And so it's just some ground beef, it's some Canadian bacon, the pepperoni, and some olives that are in this mix. I guess we finished proofing. It was about 40 minutes or so. They're nice and soft, and so now I just want to use like a measuring cup or something smaller so that I can make a cup indentation in all of the pizza dough. So I think this is like a third cup or a quarter cup, but basically whatever you have that can just make an indentation, just basically giving you a head start into making these shaped like cups. Alternately, you can absolutely pull the dough ball out and flatten it and with your hands and then place them back into the cups. Whatever works. I just happen to use a measuring cup, and then after pressing it down, I'll just shape it. That's just me. There were some holes, so that's me poking the holes in the pizza dough. Since I already had that ghee oil sprayed on top, I didn't have to like grease my measuring cup. And it's metal, so yeah, as you can see, they slip right out. They're fully greased, top and bottom. And then once you get your indentions made, you just want to shape those cups just a little bit more, widen them out, so that when you'll have some more room to add your filling, which we're about to do in a minute. Once you get your dough cups all pressed out and ready to fill, and let's go ahead and start filling. We're going to start out with cheese first, so mozzarella cheese. I just got some Sargento brand shredded mozzarella. You can use fresh mozzarella, but I was being super, super lazy with this whole entire recipe, as you can tell, with pre-made lots of different things. I had shredded cheese already, the meats, the dough. I just didn't want to do a lot of extra work, so some shredded cheese at the bottom. Not too much because you're going to need to leave room for the sauce and the filling and more cheese. So just some at the very bottom to coat the bottom of your cups. All right, and now we're going to use whatever your favorite sauce is. I just used about a tablespoon. You see, this is a drawer spoon. Some people say a drawer spoonful, so it's a drawer spoonful of pizza sauce. One thing I have noticed with me making these videos and watching them back is I think I have OCD. So, yeah, we'll deal with that. We'll unpack that in another video. So, a teaspoon or drawer spoonful of pizza sauce at the bottom of every cup. That goes on top of the cheese. And then we're going to layer in whatever ingredients you want on the inside. So you'll see that some of these I'll do with just pepperoni. Some of these I will do with the meat mixture. It really just depends on who's eating what. I have a mixed crowd in my house, so I did about half with the meat mixture, which was pepperoni, Canadian bacon, ground beef, and olives. Did I say pepperoni? I think I did. So all of that is going in about 6 of those. And, and bacon. I forgot about that. Bacon's also in that mix. That'll go in about 6 of them. And then the other ones I'm going to do pretty much just pepperoni. So to all of my meat mixture ones, I added a whole slice of pepperoni on top, sort of kind of just to push the ingredients down and give me a flat surface for putting cheese on top again. Totally optional. I just felt like it was another nice touch of meat, so that's what I'm doing here. And now I'm going to go through this painstaking process of taking some of the pepperoni out of my meat mixture so that I can make some pepperoni only cups. After I made the mixture, it was a lot of pepperoni, so I figured I'd just pull it out of there instead of cutting up some more. But as you'll see, I start to run out, so at the end I did have to cut up a little bit more pepperoni for one of the last cups. You want to make sure you put a good bit of filling in these. I know we've already proofed the dough, so it's not going to expand too much more or shrink too much more. Whatever size they are is pretty much the size they'll be. So you want to, generously fill your cups with whatever kind of filling you want to have. And like I said, that was just me cutting up some more pepperoni and adding it to the last few cups. And then I'm going to put a slice of pepperoni on top of all of those as well. At the last minute, I was like, oh, wait, pepperoni and Canadian bacon would be a great combination. So I threw some Canadian bacon in one of them. Adding a slice of pepperoni to each of the last cups. And then we're going to go back in now with some more cheese, some more shredded mozzarella cheese. I actually meant to do mozzarella as well as a cheddar blend, but I totally forgot about the cheddar blend because I put the bag over to the side. So these are just mozzarella on top. It's really about preference as far as what kind of cheese you want on it. If you want to mix them or not, totally optional, whatever you desire. I tried to put a good bit of cheese on top, like a little nest of cheese, so it can melt into the cup when I put them in the oven. So that's why you see me here, just really fiddling with the cheese and trying to round it out into the cup. I wish I had fast forwarded past this so that you guys didn't have to sit here and watch me fill all these cups, but hey, this is the process. So all right, so I got my little cheese nests on top. I'm just sort of kind of pressing it down to make sure it ends up in the cup rather than on the side. And once I do that, making sure that each one's got enough cheese in it as well. Once I do that, then we'll move on to the next step. So the next step, I'm just adding some all-purpose seasoning to the tops of these. A good time for this, if you don't have any all-purpose seasoning, would be to add some oregano and maybe basil. Would be great to add on top of those at this point. And now we're going to go in with that garlic parmesan butter mixture that we made earlier. And I'm not really brushing it on. I'm just using the brush to place it on. So I'm just sort of kind of dipping it in and getting a lot of that mixture and patting it on top of each cup. It's a little bit of a chunky mixture, if you will, with that added grated Parmesan cheese in it. And it's so golden because I used Kerrygold butter, so that's why it's so yellow. All right, once you get your garlic butter on top of all of the cups, it's time to bake on, I believe it was 400 for 10 to 15 minutes, depending on your oven. And when they're done, they look like this. My grandson had to have some immediately, so I had to immediately get 2 of them out for him. As you can see, they're nice and soft and very cheesy. This is definitely a 10 out of 10. He enjoyed it. So I hope you try this recipe, and I hope you enjoy.